Namaste, my fellow Earthlings. It is I, Osepi, and I was walking here in nature, and a thought occurred to me, and I'd like to share it with you all. So, let me ask you something. Is it healthier to do heroin or to not do heroin? Now, just think about it for a second. Or not, it should be pretty obvious. It's healthier to not do heroin, unless I'm wrong on that, but I don't think I am. So I haven't tried heroin firsthand, so I don't know. Maybe it is really healthy for you, but from what I've been told and what I've seen, I'm pretty sure it's not healthy for you. It's healthier to not do heroin than whatever. So okay, right, I made that point. So when someone is, this is getting somewhere, just wait, okay? Oh fuck, well, Toby has kind of ran away. Hey! Toby, hey! Hey, Toby! Okay, hold on, we have to get Toby. Okay, we found him. He ran away, but we're good. So, so if someone is addicted to heroin and they have a dependency on it, when they try to take, like, stop using it, they're gonna go through withdrawal, and that will be probably a lot more painful than it will feel in the short term. It'll feel a lot easier, a lot better if they continue to use that substance. And this is not just about heroin this is not about drugs, okay? Just bear with me. So, geez, this is pretty ghetto, isn't it? So, okay, so the point is that the point of my second piece of my point is that if it is more pleasurable it feels better to continue to do this bad habit, such as heroin, than to do the healthier thing and stop doing this habit. Whoa. Mister trying to run away after the deers. Oh dear, he's going to sit on my lap. Okay, so see, me making this video is probably harder than me not doing the video, but the point is it's better for me to do the video, even though it's harder. So the point is, healthy things, you want to do, hopefully you want to be healthier, you want to be a good person, you want to live your best life, right? And heroin's not going to get you there, okay? So you're gonna have to quit your heroin or whatever it is. And of course, I'm using heroin as a device to explain a concept here. But so let me just maybe walk you through what went through my head today. Today I woke up and it's Saturday, and I just decided I'm gonna watch TV. Wake up, watch TV, then eat some like fruit and more fruit, and then maybe whatever. Not really a proper breakfast, and then I think I did my laundry. Whatever I did, whatever, and then I played video games for a extended period of time, and I forgot to take my multivitamins, and I forgot to meditate and do my planking, which is things I do for my health and well-being and whatever. But in a sense, it's easier not to do them, but it's kind of painful. But well, I don't know, painful, that's dramatic, but the it is in the short term it's more pleasurable to do these things, but in the long term it's actually detrimental to my health. And of course beyond moderation, of course, everything in moderation is fine, probably. Well, kind of, there's some exceptions to that, probably. But as I was walking down the path, I just felt I just don't feel I don't feel so great right now, and I'm probably the lacking of eloquence in my this little spiel here is probably a good testament to that. So yeah, but uh um the point is that doing healthy things is can be kind of painful sometimes and actually feel worse than the unhealthy things. And the sensation of like say running, I did a little running, and I was like, after a while I was like, oh, I don't feel so great. And I realized that running is healthy in moderation, and if I were to run more and more, that would be really healthy for me, probably. And yeah, it wouldn't eventually it wouldn't feel so miserable. And so we ought to do healthy things for ourselves. Okay, so here comes a fork in my thought process that there's kind of 2 points here. That one, we shouldn't be necessarily doing the healthier things for us out of this kind of fear or guilt. Oh, okay, Toby, please don't run away. We should be doing it from a place of love for ourselves and for the love of health. So you should be excited to do your healthy thing, whether that be taking a walk in nature, meditating, running, eating healthy food, whatever it is. There's so many things you can do. Writing, just doing healthy coping mechanisms instead of unhealthy ones. Maybe possibly stop doing drugs. Maybe you're one of those people, and that's okay. The second, getting a taste of living healthy is not always a simple process. It's not always like, oh, you did your run, oh, don't you feel wonderful? No, you probably feel like shit. So, and that's just fine. Oh, that's where I'm getting back to the fork in the thought, and back to the other thought, that like when we start doing healthy things, it's gonna be uncomfortable, and we have to be present with that sensation of discomfort, and train our bodies um to and our minds to recognize that as an actually a good thing. Just like if you were to withdraw from a substance you're dependent on, it's gonna feel real miserable, but that's actually your body healing, and your body, I know that, like, if you're really messed up on drugs, it actually can be dangerous to just straight up stop doing them, but it my point still stands, but take it with a grain of salt if you really got some major vices. But generally speaking, like, you gotta trust the process and go through that, those those hard sessions, in whatever it is. There's just a multitude, there's so many healthy things you can do for yourself, and double unhealthy things you can do. So learning to be present with the discomfort of doing healthy things will lead to that discomfort is gonna taper off, and you're gonna really, at that point, as the discomfort lessens, you're gonna start feeling the benefits from these healthy activities, and then you'll really gain an appreciation for these tasks. Just like meditation, when I first did it, it's quite miserable, honestly. Just sitting there doing nothing and all that. But over time, I started to feel the positive effects that are lasting, and I can lose them, but like the clarity and the peace that does come from doing meditation, is not like a what's the word, a quick hit. It's not just something that it's like I do the meditation and all of a sudden, boom, I'm like, oh, I feel so peaceful. Oh, no, it's not like that. It's like I meditate, it's uncomfortable, it's miserable, whatever, and then I'm starting to build this inner peace within myself, and that's just the way it goes, and this can be transplanted on so many different concepts. Just with being sober, the longer you be sober, it's like, oh wow, isn't this great? And also, like, writing, like, it's hard to come up, imagine different things, but as you exercise your imagination baseline, you become a more creative and imaginative person, and it's just this cultivated quality, whereas like a substance, it does elevate you, but you didn't really cultivate any of that. So just as soon as it arose, just as soon as it can leave you. So there's that. So let me try to hop back on the other side of the fork here, and say that I don't want to encourage you to do healthy things from a place of guilt or shame or fear, but really finding a love in these healthy activities. And it's easy to do that when you see the benefits, but to see the benefits, you gotta stick with these things, and that's can be difficult. It's a bit of a catch-22 if you see, but it's certainly it's really possible to find that love, and it should be an act of loving yourself, because I know someone out there can also relate to this, where I'm walking and I'm realizing all the shit that I did wrong today, which let's not. I don't know if we can. We don't need to call it wrong for this circumstance, but I was thinking like, damn, I'm really messed up right now. Not on drugs, but just on a little bit of irresponsible behavior. Just, you know, playing a little, having a little bit too much screen time, not taking my vitamins, that kind of thing. I just feel a little bit a little messed up, and I'm doing this. And I'm like, man, maybe I should start running. Man, like I ought to not use to be on the screen time so much. Man, this and that, and then I think, okay, then my head goes to, okay, maybe I will do these things, but then I realize the tone I'm setting here is not really appropriate or a healthy one, because I'm like begrudgingly doing these things possibly, and knowing that it's not gonna look good if I don't do these things or whatever, but but like, if you really are, if you have ever been or know someone who's been established in a healthy practice, which that's the thing. It's not just an activity you do and it's done. It's a practice. You continue to do it, and eventually you see the benefits. But the anyone who is established in that will find a love for this practice, and really, and they do it out of love. They don't do it out of this fear that if they don't do it, that's gonna turn out bad for them. I mean, there's plenty of people who are in that state, but like, just imagine the feeling of running or whatever it is, and doing it because it feels great, and because it's you feel your health, and you feel your wellness, and you just feel this sense of wellness, and cultivating that really properly, it can only come from a place of acting in love with yourself, and and then eventually, in extension, the rest, the greater universe, the world, the external world. But that is hard, right? You got the catch-22 here of you gotta do stuff. Well, it's best to do things out of love instead of shame, but then you also have, you're not going to really love doing these things that are good for you unless you do them for a while. So it's like, it's weird. So if you're in this position where you there's a desire in yourself for wellness, but there's not much action, there's not much, you got your little freaking, you got all this just freaking stuff, it's just a mess. It's just crumbles of your freaking frame of a person. I don't know, whatever. What I think intuitively is that what would best serve this situation is presence with the discomfort that comes from doing these activities, and really loving that discomfort. It's a bit masochistic, but we're so programmed to just be like, this is bad, this is good. It's a very binary thinking where something's either bad or good, and or it's for us or against us. But we can be for and against ourselves simultaneously, and in all different aspects of our lives, and it's crazy. But whatever the case is, yeah, like, if say, it's easy when you're doing something healthy that's physical, which is well, to each their own, but in this example, like if you're running, you can feel the soreness in your body, but feel that soreness and recognize it, that that's a part of that sensation. Savor it. Know that it's a part of a journey of wellness, and 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 as you run, you're gonna have to push yourself harder and harder to feel that ache. And at least I'm not a runner, so maybe not, but the hopefully it serves to display as an example, to display this thinking, this thought. So that I think I can go on, but I think I've said what I need to say. Um, but good luck. And the key to this is just to love yourself, because I just envisioned myself, doing healthy things, for the love of it. And like that's what I do for my food, for sure. Like I love eating healthy. I feel great from it. And today I didn't eat so healthy, and I feel that. And I just, and that's funny. It's because now that I went over the hurdle of going from unhealthy food to healthy food, I did that, and now it's going. Now that I'm there, it's like going backwards towards unhealthy food is a leap of discomfort. And if I were to go that way, eventually eating unhealthy food wouldn't feel so bad, because it would be my new normal and stuff. But it would still be quite bad. So hop over that hurdle, and once you're on the other side, it's something you have to upkeep. But relatively speaking, you'll be in good standing with a habit, and it's great. And there's hurdles to it, but when you're met with resistance and the discomfort, remember, I'll leave you with this. Remember to be present with it, and don't be so judgmental right off the bat. Give it some time. Be patient and see how it goes, See, will this if I continue to run, will I continue to feel this overwhelming discomfort? Like and like, yeah, it's just crazy if what a few deep breaths will do for you in any sort of moment of discomfort. Like just centering and coming to just coming to a real presence with what you feel. Because often we become far too heady about things, like, oh, I just feel so awful, or blah blah blah. It's a theatrical, dramatic story you got going playing in your head. But if you just take a moment to step back and really just be with the sensations, you will find that they're just that, sensations, and then you can go on and judge about them. And if you're judging from a centered place, you'll realize, hey, yeah, I do kind of feel uncomfortable right now. My muscles are sore, but I know this is not a sign of that I'm dying or something, but rather it's a sign of that I'm entering I'm starting my path. I'm building momentum towards health. And that's all I gotta say. But what I will say is, what I'm saying is, maybe not so eloquent, but I mean, I just gotta say it, you know, and hope that it speaks to at least one of you, and if it doesn't, okay, whatever. But and I can beat myself up, right? That I'm like I'm I didn't say it right or whatever, but it's been a minute since I've made a video like this, and so I haven't exercised this muscle, and so there is a resistance that comes up, and it's a little uncomfortable trying to find the right words and spit it all out, because the concepts are here, but I'm like, oh shit, why is it, what? But it's totally okay, and it's because I just, as long as I keep at it, continue to practice what I love, there'll be great things to come. So here's to you and all the great things you'll get up to, and the great life you will definitely have if you're present with the process and patient with it. So yeah, it's getting so dark now. I don't know if you'll see any of this, but oh, that's a little bit of silhouette, but peace, guys. Hope you have a wonderful time. Go now and enjoy. Hopefully, I invite you to now reflect on what I say. Don't you can do whatever, but I would encourage you not to just go click on another video, but to think about it. Think about what I've said and see what resonates with you, and what kind of wisdom you can accrue from this knowledge I'm giving, because I'm giving knowledge or thoughts, but putting thoughts and knowledge into action is where wisdom is born. So go for it, my guys and gals and whatever, my dogs. All right, peace.